Brown, PhD, MD, has a rather unique educational background, having earned his PhD in synthetic chemistry from the University of Alabama at Birmingham and a medical degree at the University of Virginia. He also received a postdoctoral training there, and he became an assistant professor in 2000, being promoted just 3 years later to associate professor and tenured there at the University of Virginia. He is currently a tenured and full professor in oncology, and he holds professorships in neuroscience, pharmacology, physiology, biochemistry, and molecular and cellular biology. The guy's just brilliant. That's basically it. Dr. Brown has a passion for the design, synthesis, and evaluation of new medicine. Many of you will probably leave here and look him up on Google, or you're probably doing it already on your iPhones. And you will see that he's the head of the drug discovery program at the Georgetown Medical Center in Washington, D.C. That program really is designed to discover new drug treatments and diagnostic tools to improve healthcare of patients. Dr. Brown himself has designed new therapeutics to fight cancers, prostate, breast, and Ewing sarcomas, as well as drugs that improve response to radiation and protect against high-dose radiation exposure. He has designed neurotherapeutics for treating epilepsy, pain and traumatic brain injury, and medicine to lower pressure while protecting the kidneys. He currently manages more than 20 staff scientists dedicated to finding new medicines. And under his leadership, Georgetown Medical Center, which I'm sure many of you know, and some of you may probably have benefited from healthcare there. Under his leadership, Georgetown Medical Center was awarded a Chemical Diversity Center to assist the U.S. National Cancer Institute in developing new cancer therapeutics. Dr. Brown is currently a consultant with several biotechs and a major pharmaceutical company in the area of drug development, medicinal chemistry, and pharmacology. His experience and his career has been such that he has been recognized by many as a pioneer in science, technology, engineering, and medicine. And he was the first African-American PhD in organic chemistry from the University of Alabama in Birmingham. Indeed, he's only one of a handful of scientists in the United States who hold both a PhD in synthetic chemistry as well as a medical degree. In March of 2013, he received the Exemplar Mentor Award from the Urban Education Institute in recognition of his contributions to raising the achievement and performance levels of people of color in the fields of science and technology. Dr. Brown was appointed to a 4-year term by former U.S. Secretary of Health Kathleen Sebelius, to serve as a scientific counselor on the National Toxicology Program Board. And he has served as a scientific reviewer for many grants for the National Institutes of Health, the National Cancer Institute, the U.S. Department of Defense, the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Name the institute, he's involved with it. He has published more than 100 peer-review articles and journals, and frankly, I think, given all of his scholarship, given the research, given his work that is helping to improve the lives of people all around the world, I don't think you want to hear from me anymore. Let's welcome Dr. Brown.
Good evening. To His Excellency Governor Tapley, seat on, to Prime Minister Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris, to the Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Vance Amory, to the Team Unity Cabinet, to the Cabinet Secretary, to the Diplomatic Corps, and to you, the people of Nevis, St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm honored to be here this evening at the first Prime Minister's Gala for Team Unity Government. The first one. I owe a lot to St. Kitts and Nevis. My wife, Sandra Roper, is a daughter of this country. We've been married 26 years. Her father, Noel Roper, was born in St. Kitts and raised in Nevis. Her mother, Myrtle Walwyn, of the Walwyn family, was born and raised in Nevis. My wife's cousin is ambassador of the Organization of American States, Dr. Everson Hall. I'm sure I have some cousins, aunts, and uncles of my wife in this audience, and I'd like to see you after the gala is over. All said, and I say this from my heart, my family and I deeply love St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis has impacted me in many ways. You know, it was here that I learned about cornmeal porridge. All right, what about this one? How to eat provisions. The dashing. You know, it was here, and I did this last night. How to eat a red snapper with the head on it. And leave that big pile of bones. You know, I tasted for the first time on Penny's Beach. Guinness. Drank Mobby. Sorrel. And Manish water. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis are my family. Family. This is what I felt when I first met Prime Minister Harris and the talented Deputy Prime Minister Sean Richards. I felt like I was meeting family. You see, during the summer of 2014, I had the opportunity to host Prime Minister Harris and Deputy Prime Minister Sean Richards at Georgetown University Medical Center. It was here in Washington, D.C. that they became interested to learn about me and my work in discovering new medicines. They learned about my endowed chair in experimental therapeutics. They learned about me becoming the first African-American full professor in oncology. I showed them my appointment by President Obama, Secretary of Health Kathleen Sebelius, which appointed me to the National Toxicology Program in the U.S. I showed them all the plaques and awards from governments and pharmaceutical companies around the world for my help in helping them design new strategies for developing medicines. You know, I have a research lab of my own. It's just not theory. We're working on some new things. One day someone's going to drop something nasty on us, some nuclear attack. What will we do? What will be our response? We're developing medicines that you can take that will protect you once a nuclear attack occurs. But it was during this visit with Prime Minister Harris and Deputy Prime Minister Richards that I listened closely. I was listening to the vision of the Prime Minister as he talked about his vision for a prosperous and a healthy St. Kitts and Nevis. My heart was warmed to see unity, not in words, but in action. And there was a true concern for the present and future improvement of healthcare delivery and treatment for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. What impressed me more was that the Prime Minister himself had visions of making St. Kitts and Nevis the standard bearer of healthcare in the Caribbean. I listened closely as he talked about the hopes and dreams he had about a political construct centered on unity. I remember him talking about his vision for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and why he made the decisions to put his political future on the line. I'm telling you what I heard. I remember him saying, Dr. Brown, if I perish, I perish. But we must bring change to St. Kitts and Nevis so that our people can prosper. So I say today, look what God has done. I believe that God is a God of justice, fairness, equality. God has blessed Dr. Harris and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis as he blessed Joshua and the children of Israel and delivered them into the promised land. God heard the cries of his people in St. Kitts and Nevis. He heard the prayers of people longing for a better way. And guess what? Now you have a fresh start. This is the dawn of a new era of prosperity. The question is, how do we build the promised land together? Well, you're off to a great start. This is what I see. Team Unity, you're keeping your promises. And you must continue to keep your promises. So much success in a little time, but there is still much work to be done. I and many others in the diaspora celebrate you today because of transformative moments in history. These transformative moments in history require transformative leaders. Dr. Harris, you and your cabinet are transformational. You've put aside party differences and put people first. You've put aside agendas and put people first. That is the first step in building the promised land, which contains a prosperous nation. Dr. Harris, you told me that Team Unity must give the next generation a better St. Kitts and Nevis than was given to you. To me, that's progress. I want to say something personal here, something that was private. Dr. Harris, you and Deputy Prime Minister, and I talked about something new called Technology Island. Listen to me carefully. St. Kitts and Nevis, the technology island of the Caribbean. St. Kitts and Nevis, the technology island of the Caribbean. Change is coming with improving education and training opportunities for the people. Change is coming. Change is coming with the delivery of new technologies to the island, including the areas of communication and IT. Change is on the horizon with the delivery of new energy solutions from partners around the world who are only interested in helping you achieve your stated goals. Change is coming with improvements to your hospital, in particular, your new oncology unit. And increasing its capability of high-quality health care. Prime Minister, I stand with others to deliver some of the brightest minds and technologies available in the world to directly help you with your prosperity agenda. There is much for us to do together. Today, I publicly pledge to you and your cabinet that you have my unconditional support and the support of Georgetown University. One of the reasons I stand here today is because someone believed in me. They did not look at me and say, well, he's an African-American male. In fact, there was a woman from Nevis, Myrtle Walwyn, who told me I could be great. She didn't say that I couldn't be an inventor or innovator in medicine or science. She told me I could be great. The fact is, and I want you to get this, I didn't allow others to put limits on my potential. There are so many people in St. Kitts and Nevis with limitless potential. They need to know that you, the government, the people, the culture, believe in them. Not just in words, but in your actions. That's why I'm so excited about the new high school. Another example of transformational. I'm here to tell young people, and I love young people, especially the young people of St. Kitts and Nevis, that Team Unity loves you and supports you and has visions for you. And there's nothing that you cannot do. If you think it, you can achieve it. I want to do this personally. I want to tout the talents of students from St. Kitts and Nevis, our students, grown right here. I want to provide internships abroad to continue to expose the world to the talent of the young people of St. Kitts and Nevis. As I close, I remember the first time I was presented with an impossible problem. The problem was to develop and make a new medicine. And I remember seeing, after praying to God, seeing this three-dimensional molecule, just like you would see this chandelier, the aromatic ring. I still remember it today. The hydroxyamide, the lipophilic tail, spinning in 3 dimensions. I made that compound. It became my first drug. But that experience, I realized that God had given me a special talent of seeing things that had yet not been created or invented. I have over 30 patents of new medicines now. It's not me, but it's because I trusted in God and His plan for me. So I've come here to tell you that I realize that the vision of Dr. Harris and Team Unity to create a new political paradigm is exactly similar to my experience creating new medicines. It takes strong, unbending faith to deliver on something not yet created. In my experience of inventions, I see God's handiwork, and I believe that the Team Unity can see the hand of God helping them as they create change and as they develop this new unity concept of governance. It's an honor, it's a privilege to be a part of change in the making. And may God bless you, Minister, Prime Minister. May God bless Team Unity. And may God bless the beautiful people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you.